Hey everybody, it's Christina Holloway here, and today we're going to talk about the 5 most important leadership tips and tricks that you can implement as a new manager to find success. Before we get started, if you like this channel and you enjoy this content, please feel free to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. I would greatly appreciate it. All right, so which 5 management tips do we think we need in order to be successful as a manager, especially as a new manager? Now, if you're a manager or you've just gotten into that position, it's very important to understand that you're up-leveling your skills. And in that sense, whatever you were doing before isn't necessarily going to be the secret formula to how you're going to be successful in this position. So you can take some of what you were doing, but now as a manager, especially a manager of people, there are 5 very important leadership skills that you want to start using and developing as you continue in your new role. All right, so let's get started. Number 1, communication. Now, this isn't just about how you talk to people. Communication has a lot more to do with how you show up and up-leveling the type of communication that you use. So, how are you writing emails? How are you responding to emails? How are you being concise and direct? How are you talking to people during meetings? How are you running meetings, especially if you have to run meetings? How are you talking to people one-on-one? And that includes people who work for you. If you're a new manager and you have a staff, how are you talking to those people? How are you talking to your peers? And absolutely, how are you talking to your boss or anybody above your boss? Why is that important? You're going to start using communication skills as a way to gather information and as a way to share what you know. So the more concise, the more direct, the more professional your communication skills are, the more likely you're going to get results and the more likely you're going to build healthier relationships. Number 2, self-awareness. Now, this is a skill and it's also something that we always want to develop. We're always in a space of self-awareness. What does that mean? There may have been moments in your past where you might have had conversations and just said whatever came to the top of your mind. We've all done it. We've all been on the spur of the moment. Self-awareness takes you out of reactive state and takes you into responsive state. So in those moments where somebody says, you didn't get me all those reports, and you might want to respond, you didn't give me all the data I needed. And instead, the answer could be in self-awareness. If somebody yells, you didn't get me those reports, you might want to respond with, hold on. Let's get some clarity on exactly what we're talking about here. And it sounds like you're upset, so I want to address that first, right? So self-awareness also includes knowing how you're going to show up, what you're going to say, and having an understanding of who you want to be while you're in that situation. A person who's in a management space now is not necessarily going to be the person who is always reactive, is a person who wears their emotions on their sleeves, is not a person who shows you when they're upset and throws things around and is overly demonstrative of their emotions. Person with self-awareness is calm, cool, collected, can respond in an emergency or can respond when things fall off the rails, spends more time thinking about how they're going to deal with situations and spends less time reacting. This one is a little bit turned inward. Are we paying attention to how we show up and how others perceive us? Number 3, delegation. I talk a lot about delegating and delegating effectively, but I'll tell you this much. For a first-time manager, the best way to figure out how to delegate is first to understand the people around you. Once you get a clear understanding of who works for you and what they can handle work-wise, you'll have a better understanding of what's on your plate or what bigger initiatives are out there that you're responsible for and how you can delegate them. Here's one of my most recent videos that explains to you what the best way is to figure out your team, and then from there, how to delegate effectively. Number 4, influence. As someone who has just been promoted into a people manager position, influence is going to be one of the biggest areas that you can develop for yourself where you're going to find success. You're no longer just a doer, you're a thinker. You are going to start asking yourself strategically, what am I communicating or contributing to the bigger initiatives for the company or the team? How am I having interactions with my boss, and how am I moving things forward? Where am I contributing? And as such, when you're ready to explain something or give a solution or a framework that you've spent time developing, you need to have certain people who are in your corner who can understand where you're coming from and advocate for you. So influence is going to be quite broad. You want to be able to influence stakeholders. Those are people that you're going to work with on projects. Influence your peers so that they understand what you're working on and how they can help you. Make sure you influence your boss by creating immediate trust in that that person can trust you and you can trust your boss. And absolutely influence over the people who work for you. They want direction. They need to know where they're going. And the more you can communicate with them what your vision is, the more likely they'll be to join you on that ride. Your ability to influence the people around you so that they understand where you're coming from, what value you add to the team, the group, and the dynamic, and how you'll be able to work with them as well as they'll be able to work with you, is a great indicator of how successful you'll be in your role. And number 5, empathy. You are going to be working with people who look up to you and who are looking to you for answers. The more you can develop your skills in empathy, the more you'll find success. You'll create a connection with the people around you, and you'll be able to work with them effectively. A person who knows how to use empathy as a way to build trust and relationships also knows how to build really deep connections. People are busy. You may have a team of people who are really busy. Walking in and understanding from their point of view, I get that you're busy. Where can I help you? Where can I give you resources? What do you need from me? Versus, how come you didn't have all of this done already? Why isn't this already across my plate? Being domineering isn't a quality or a trait that people look to for success. And especially these days, dominating, bullying, pushing people around, being very prescriptive, reaching into micromanaging or being controlling or a perfectionist, they're going to work against you. So the more you can create empathy or a space where a person can relate to you and you can relate to them, and make sure you're helping them through their problems and providing any kind of support that they need, they're going to deliver for you. They're going to be there for you every step of the way, and they're going to see you as a valuable leader who understands that their well-being is equally as important as the success of the project, the department, and the business. All right, so that's it for this video on 5 leadership skills that will help you succeed as a new manager. We talked about really simple skills that would take you and propel you into the next level of star leader or star manager, and those are communication, self-awareness, delegation, influence, and empathy. On a final note, all 5 of these combined will help you turn into the kind of manager who's building relationships up, down, and across the organization. Why is this important? If you're getting into a management role, and you may enjoy just being a manager of people at that space, but in addition, others are looking to you to see what kind of skills you have and where else they can put you. You will be tested. Should we give this person more people? Should we give this person more projects? Should we give this person more responsibility? Your capacity to step into leadership skills to show how you can be successful as a manager is going to help you understand how far you can go in this position. Management is not easy. It is not easy. There are many, many examples of people who failed miserably at being people leaders and managers of initiatives, projects, divisions, etc. It is not an easy job. So if you're able to start in these first 5 areas, you're going to find your first 12 months to be quite successful. All right, so that's it for this video. I hope you found it helpful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.